extra stuff today.
This is weird. Not used to that. I'm like, preemptive normally, but no, I didn't have to today. That's
No, not today.
We already got that out of the way with the Nick of Daddy things.
Yeah, we put a lot out there asking for what these two guys are asking for.
Yeah, that's fair.
The end of the month, might as well just take it easy, you know.
All right. Anybody want to give me a rundown on what they remember from last time?
Roughly, we had two of our party members go book shopping. There were conversations amongst the group with a new person. Let me just, I gotta look at the way I spelled their name. Hold on. No, that's Glacier. That's a Glacier. Valen Hampel? Valine Hampel? Hapnel? Probably. Well, I was pretty close. Anyways, a lovely one-eyed lady who is a representative, I'm going to say, of the Arcane Brotherhood. We got that pretty clear. Where she wants us to do some fun stuff. Basically kind of, out of our way, but it's kind of in the line of what we need to do. Then, other whole bunch of stuff. My notes are scattered because you said Arcane Brotherhood and I started taking a whole bunch of really crazy side notes.
Oh, sorry.
Damn your good storytelling.
I guess to put a little more structure behind the retelling of last week. So the party is still on their rest day. Essentially, you all previously fought the Charlotte and Dragon and won, and are currently helping with the aftermath, talking to people, kind of trying to collect resources. Big Toon was able to make a new set of armor. Oh no, you tried to make a new arm for Knit. It didn't work the way you wanted it to. Consider it a type, a part 1 prototype. Miris and Ibram went to the library. Athros had the fully within character audacity to go to visit the sheriff and animate dead to have his skeleton following the party.
He made a new friend.
He's not done.
Literally.
He's not done serving the town yet, and was able to, with a small amount of difficulty, leave the House of the Morning Lord with his body. Though the level of approval from the House of the Morning Lord was pretty minimal. And he returned to the Northlook, and everyone seemed to be in agreement that while wasn't expected, I think the South Park was 100% accurate. We cue the entrance of a new individual, Valine Harpel, who an older woman who does work for the Arcane Brotherhood, and she, like all of you, are kind of trapped up here in the north and is looking for a way out, as well as a team of people to help her explore an ancient city from Netheril, the Netheril Empire, which is from the Forgotten Realms, which she acknowledged, meaning that there is cross-planar travel entirely possible within this campaign. That basically there's a large ancient city buried underneath the Rega Glacier, and she would like to hire your group to help her make that happen. And there's tons of ancient magics that can probably be found there. And she did mention that upon using divination magic, she knows that there is she knows where the waterfall that you would have to part to enter is. The party merely needs to find what's known as the Codicil of White, a booklet that is essentially it contains what you need in order to split the frozen waterfall and gain entry into this location to find that ancient fallen city. She offered each of you, which is the most amount of money I think any of you have been offered yet this campaign. It was 5,000 gold a piece, and there was 8 of you, so it'd be a total of like 40,000 gold. And the party was like, gonna have to think about that, and proceeded to go to, I think it was Big Tune and Athros's. Well, I'm sure there was more than just the two of them in the room, but like who stayed there. But you went to your inn suite and began conversing about it, and then Irini and Matra and Spit, I think, rejoined, and after talking to all of you, made mention that when they were doing research today, they had discovered that on the pathway down to find Matra's, it'd be her older sister, the middle child, there is a place where you could go that contains, so they say, a hammer that it will allow people to break spirits from bodies. Not just applicable to this situation here, but if someone was taken over or possessed, it would eject that spirit from the person's body without having to kill them. To which Athros was very much on board and was like, let's leave now. And we kind of ended last time as Athros was about to like walk out of the room, to be like ready to go, like let's take off, as the party would find themselves within the Northlook suite that you still currently have a key for.
Well,
are we going? Can I keep walking out towards the door?
wait. We gotta give this lady some kind of an answer, and then we can totally go get this hammer. That sounds like an idea. Can we do the hammer and then like move toward maybe looking into this ancient city with all this cool arcane tech?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do both.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
go.
all right.
Let's.
No.
Out the door.
Why is he already gone? He's literally out the corner. Big Tune, get up. Let's go. Come on, get it. Let's go.
All right.
We gotta go tell this lady we're down, but we've got to handle this thing. And then is Ebron. All right. We'll move along. We gotta okay. Prestidigitate the room clean just in case we're like actively walking out of the building today. I still have to do a couple other things in the shop. I still have to do a couple of things in the workshop. So, yeah. Clean the room real quick. Walk out the door. Try to get shuffling everybody, I guess, out of the room. Are you walking down to the lady, or are you just walking out of the building?
Oh yeah, I'm down in the bar now.
Okay, cool.
Like I didn't stop at all.
I no hesitation. I love it. Yeah, I'll clean up the room. I'll like settle up our stuff, like getting into that area wherever Athros and the rest of the family is.
Okay. One sec.
Let me get this. One.
Okay, so you tidied up the suite, and then the party kind of made their way back down to the bar. Did I hear that right?
Yes. I believe the majority of us did do that.
Okay, so you would, as you enter back downstairs, the loud sound of repeated crashing from the stairs as the party in very swift sequential order make their way downstairs. You would see Valine sitting at the bar itself, having a tankard of some form of ale, and she sees you all come down and gives you an affirmative nod. Athros being the first one down, as he, with very little unnecessary communication, would make his way into the main foyer area. Ooh, have you made up your mind already?
Yes, we're in. We want the money up front.
Whoa. You want the money up front?
Hold on.
Yeah.
We
need supplies to go and inspect you, so... Yeah, we want the money up front.
How about like half up front?
I'm every business.
We'll negotiate. What?
This is all bad business.
Yeah.
This is so good. I put like my bag on the table and like slide it to the side. Uh, yeah, presumptuous though we are. I probably half would be fine because moreover, it's more to the fact that we know we can do it, and there's no doubt in it. I mean, look at Aethros. Do you see doubt in his eyes at all? No, it's not. Why do you have glitter on the side of your face?
Not glitter. It
Shimmer.
totally is glitter though.
It's glitter. It's glitter. You're wearing black eyeliner too. Never mind. Okay. Well, we are one extremely confident. Two, very good at what we do, and unfortunately, as a circumstance of us being extremely confident and very good at what we do, we need to have supplies prepared at all times. And unfortunately, after we just destroyed a dragon, we're a bit tapped. So I would agree, looking at my family, half up front would be appropriate, at least for we'll say, us, for us to do stuff. Like, I make scrolls every day for them, and we have medical supplies that I have to prepare, and we have other. Automatons are not cheap.
I didn't say they were. So you're looking for half the money down now as a favor of good faith, and the other half upon completion. Correct?
I look at Aethros.
Yes, that's correct.
I just smile politely, not cocky, just politely.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, Aethros.
Guidance. If I can guide you, guidance.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just spiritual guidance. Crit.
Yes.
Please crit.
Guidance.
Yeah,
Or
you
no?
can guide
Okay.
him. That's fine.
An advantage.
Correct.
Not 20. 16's good.
24 overall. Yeah.
Great. That's great.
Fine. Half down now, half upon completion of the job. And she would, you see her pull from her side what looks to be an ornate-looking bag of holding, and then from within that bag of holding, she pulls out what seems to be a small lockbox, which kind of catches you off guard. As you see, she opens up this lockbox. She pulls a key off from her side and undoes the lock and opens it up. You're not quite sure where exactly the money seems to come from, but she is able to pull out for each of you the equivalent of 2,500 gold pieces. As she sets down, it would be 8 bags with the entire party being here. With the they're hefty bags of coin that you would be receiving. As you hear him audibly clink on the bar counter, and you see like Scramsax comes out from like in the back as he hears all of this commotion, and he like looks at her, looks at the all of you, and like gives this like weird like eyebrow raised look. Doesn't say anything, and then just kind of turns around and walks back. And you see, like, you can kind of hear him maybe when he reaches to the kitchen, be like, "Money being spent on my table." It's like mumbling underneath his breath, and just like goes back into the kitchen with get a tankard full of something. You're not quite sure what. As you have should you decide to take it, you have 2,500 gold pieces that you can add to your current inventory.
Oh, yeah, I snatched that shit.
Yeah.
Politely.
Not surprised.
Shake hands with the lady politely. You will not be disappointed. The Broken always delivers excellent work. Though chaotic, excellent.
We'll blast whatever you want blasted now.
We are really actually good at blasting. So I don't think that's not like that's like a legitimate thing on I'm gonna put it on our vehicle. Like, we have a whole tagline. You know what? It's not important. Put the gold in a satchel and then put that satchel in my bag of holding. I guess if you guys are all going to carry yours, I would offer put it in like a personal bag of your own, and then we'll put it in the bag of holding. You're not
Sure,
carrying
whatever.
around quite literally like a couple 100 pounds of gold.
That's fine.
Yeah, it is a lot of gold.
It is. It's like it's gold. I mean, like
It's 50
my
pounds.
D&D equivalent of gold coins is I don't know what volume or size everybody's working with, but I'm thinking quarter size, and that's a lot of quarters. There's a lot of thick quarters.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I put my gold at 0, I'm at 152.5 pounds of carrying, and if I put the correct amount of gold in, I'm up to 208. So
Yeah, gold be heavy.
so it's like 60 plus.
Yeah, gold be heavy, y'all.
I kind of look at her at what's her name, Velarde, whatever.
Sure.
Valine Hapnel.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Pretty close.
And I'm just like, just silently impressed that she was carrying this much gold with her.
Yeah, you're not sure where it all came from, because logically speaking, oh no, you would know that, like, if it's 2 trans-dimensional spaces, or
you'd be breaking something.
You would be breaking something, so something doesn't add up quite in this scenario, but she was fully able to give you all of the money. If you count it all, it'll all be there.
Would you allot me an Arcana check for... It's 2. If you let me have 2, I'll take the 2. But overall, one, I want to see how that happened, of course. But then I want to see, do we have real gold, or is this some form of transmutation or illusionary magic of some sort? I'll even do a detect magic, dead ass in front of her, burn the spell slot right here in front of her.
Oh, you can make your Arcana check. That'd be fine. I would say if you want to make your 2, that'd be fine. Or if you could just make one with advantage.
Okay,
I would
I'll
say,
make one
and we'll
with
just
advantage.
count it with both.
That's fair. 24 works for me.
So you, as you kind of analyze the situation, like, you know from your own studies and your travels that, again, 2 dimensional spaces can't be within each other. It's like dividing by 0. It creates a hole into the the astral plane, which you feel might appeal to Ibrin, but you're not willing to explore that right now, as you've heard and you remember when you, especially your early time traveling with the Thousand Hands merchant group, that there are occasionally people who will carry some form of a I don't want to say like it's not so much a pocket space itself, but rather a link between 2 separate locations. And wherever she pulled this from, you feel as though it's probably directly tied to someone else in the Arcane Brotherhood in a different location. That whether this money was deliberately set aside specifically in a location to serve this purpose, or it's linking 2 different lockboxes together, you're not 100% sure, but it does feel pretty logical. One of those things that wouldn't necessarily break the astral space. They seem to have some form of workaround. As you look over your coins, and like you look at everyone's coins that they're kind of, maybe counting if they can, in front of them. It's a lot of gold. You and because hold on, Big Tin, you have like a jeweler's kit, right, for like appraising things?
I do.
Okay.
He does.
Big Tin, I want you to also make, just for the giggles here, I want you to make it'll be an investigation check for appraising. For appraising something, and you can add an additional +2 for your proficiency in your jeweler's tools.
Sweet.
If I can't guide him, I would love to guide him on that one. If I see him pull out his jeweler's tools.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sick. Do a D4.
Yep.
How do I get my gold in my bag of holding without my weight encumbrance being a...
Yeah,
thing?
I haven't figured out that part. I ran into that in my own campaign too.
I guess
you could just say I have X amount of gold.
Yeah. Let's go.
The 2 of you, like, you would look at Big 2 and you would see that he's like taking a deeper dive into like the coins. It's not the same as appraising jewelry, but there's a similar process for like looking things over. And the two of you kind of like look at the coins, and they're 100% authentic. You don't see, any essence of like arcana other than what was kind of used to pull them from wherever she pulled them from, but it fades rather quickly. These are 100% legitimate gold coins, based off of the the sigils that are like on the coins themselves to represent like the kingdom that they're from. They're from somewhere down in Hearthspeak. The coins themselves, the City of Scholars. So wherever she's connected to, it has some form of connection to that location, based off of the stamps on the coins. But they're authentic gold coins. You have quite a bit of money right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to think that two of the tests I did to determine that were the classic bite test, and then and then I did the like weighing the bag in my hand, like yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
It seems legitimate.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. Okay. I smile politely if she's accepted my handshake, and just analyze that and go, what a beautiful display of magical arcana. Okay. I gotta stay focused. Sorry. What?
Now remember, this money that you have been given is tied to you being able to, not being able, you taking part in the mission that I have required your assistance with. Do whatever supplies you need, whatever you need to get. You seem like you're in a rush. Are you preoccupied by something? Is there a way that I can help as a token of good faith myself, beyond the coinage, to help? At least you all understand I'm not your enemy in this situation.
Insight check on why she said she's not our enemy?
Yeah, that's a little wild.
Like that?
Oh yeah, that's fine. You can insight.
I'm gonna give myself guidance.
Yeah.
I'm very unsure about her now.
You can tell that Valine is definitely reading the, especially from like your conversations earlier going into now, that there is quite a bit of tension, between you guys and her, and there has been most of the time here, as she's kind of dropped this on you. First off, Jesus, 2 crits in a row.
Yeah.
Back to back, baby.
You don't know if the way she construed her words was her hinting that, there's something more sinister that she's planning behind the scenes, but rather maybe she's not very charismatic, and her words that she uses don't always fit the situation. She definitely, probably, as a DM, I intended, she's looking for a way that she can help you. Whatever is causing you guys to not, let's say, be able to pursue this right now, she wants to help you pursue things sooner. So however she can help is kind of what she's doing. She's crap with her words. Horribly uncharismatic.
Andor is familiar with that. Yeah, he looks at her like, yeah, you can help us get this hammer. It's really cool. Allegedly.
A hammer. Like a hammer like you carry, or like a worker's hammer.
What a magic hammer.
An awesome hammer that would most definitively improve our chances of success. And also,
how can I help you with that?
Good company for the road trip?
Are you busy? Long weekend?
I mean, in truth, I would prefer to not... I mean, how far are we traveling here? I merely got to town myself. I'd prefer to, well, not leave the city of Bryn'Shander at this time, but if I can help, I have an idea that maybe will meet us in the middle. Are you planning on traveling by foot to get down there?
No. We have the height of technological momentum. It's gotten better. We'll have gotten better. But no, we have a ride. We got wheels. We're cool.
And how quickly does this ride of yours travel?
It's pretty fast. It's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. You know. It's 2 bear power, which is currently pretty fast. But I have schematics for improving that. Available power. You know, 2 bear powertrain, not necessarily efficient. In the snow, for quick maneuvering. But we're upgrading every day. Beam a big smile.
And where is this now?
En route. It's coming from a little shop down in the almost said Dugan's Hole. No, the good meat area. We had to do some upgrades. Give it a little bit of punch under the hood, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm like waving a wrench. But yeah, it's for shop talk. Yeah, it's on its way. We probably got like another day or 2 or something, maybe a few hours. I'm not really sure of the time frame it was gonna get here exactly.
You anticipate in the next 12 hours. Probably.
In the next 12 hours.
But you seemed like you were in a rush now, versus waiting 12 more hours.
I mean,
is this transportation, or lack of, currently, causing a bit of a pickle for you?
I don't know if anyone has an issue with pickles. Does anyone have cucumber allergy?
I mean, I love pickles.
Okay, no, we're good. It's actually to our benefit, because I'm still doing a little bit of work in the local shop. We still have to actually dissect the remains of this charlatan dragon in a safe and contained way. And, you probably want to take a cat nap, have some dinner, maybe, wash or something. I don't necessarily know what your personal routine is, so, guessing.
Nor would I expect you to.
So, yeah, 12-ish hours, give or take, 25 minutes. Just rough estimation.
So you're not leaving right now?
I look at Aethros, I'm like, with like a raised eyebrow, like...
I'm leaving the building right now.
Yes. We are leaving the building right now. You have a lovely meal, bathe, relax, catch a cat nap, don't go far, not in a threatening way, just more of a like, hey, we don't really know, keep up with you. Relax. We're gonna get our P's and Q's together, or get our ride all spruced up, make sure we have plenty of, accoutrement for the journey. And then we go knock this sucker out. Gather supplies, kind of, do the thing. You just came in from a cold winter's ride, or you have zombies or something. I don't know. You guys.
Indeed, I do.
Oh, she straight up said it. Okay, cool.
I mean, you're walking around with a skeleton. I don't really see how it's much different. Okay. And you would like point over to the reanimated skeletal sheriff that's just still following Aethros.
Okay, he's a necronomically reanimated person. Let's not be rude.
He's our friend. Okay.
100% our friend.
He's not alive.
Okay, that's mildly true and rude.
You can love dead things.
That's true. I love dead flowers. That probably wasn't important. I just wanted to say that. Anywho, if you're fine with that, like a little 12-hour cat nap, that way we get out. What is it, like in the middle of the afternoon right now? What time is it? It's like 1900. We'll be leaving super early in the morning. In the early morning-ish.
I just got a great idea of something that you could do if you want to help us. You could help us spend all this money that we just got from you.
No, what? No, what?
Like, you get a magic item, like portal bag thing, do magic item.
gonna make a magic coin purse. Relax.
You're saying you want me to supply you with arcane items from my
I just realized
personnel
that
collection.
we probably aren't in the best place to buy magic items, and I'm just wondering if maybe you could help us out.
I'm tapping my chin like quizzically, like I don't know if I can argue with this.
I suppose it depends on what you're in the mood for, what you're looking for.
That's a great question. Didn't think this through.
Yeah. I love how you shoot first and ask questions later. We probably could use the 12 hours to think about that if you have access to magical items that would possibly,
I have access to some. I wouldn't say many. Even here in the north, my ability to call upon things is limited. Money being a bit of an exception. It's not like I can travel through my box to get places. Anyway, I might have some items that you might find of use.
Make a note of trans-dimensional travel.
But I wouldn't gamble on it if that's your... I don't know. Go do your whatever you're planning on doing. I will be here within the Northlook, or at the very least Bryn'Shander, until we speak again.
Delightful. Okay, cool. We can do that. That works for us, Aethros, because then we have time to figure out what we can actually use. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she could help us out and stuff, that'd be
No,
great.
yeah, 100%. Then we enjoy your evening, and we will see you later. Okay, go.
Right.
Get out of the booth. Go. You just hop out of the booth.
Yeah, the party kind of gets up from the table and sort of begins walking away. Sort of an awkward silence as we do so, but
that's our mo. That's our MO.
All right. What's the party doing?
Probably. Let's see. Did some tinkering for the day. I would go back and keep tinkering, if not that, like scroll or something with the rest of the day, or probably figuring out what the heck we're gonna do with trying to accomplish these little quests that we have in front of us.
Yeah. So the other thing that I do want to try and figure out is, so for the sheriff, how noticeable, how much does he stick out? And like, is his armor, or what is his armor? Is it like magical, or can I just like change the appearance of it, or like have Aethros change the appearance of it, or not Aethros, Ono change the appearance of it? Stick out.
His armor itself isn't actually magical. It's just ornately decorated. It looks different from like your standard splint mail that he was wearing, just because of his time and service to the 10 towns of the north here. But you could honestly, with a hammer and a nice curving wheel or something, like take some of the armor and like remove some of the ornateness to make it blend in a bit more, or cover it with something. You do recall, like, like the helmet is down, so like the skull's face really isn't visible. You did use your was it the cloak or cape of Dragon's Breath to cover some of it. So it wouldn't take much to make the armor appear different. Maybe about an hour's worth of time in your day. And then he could probably blend in okay, as long as no one asks him to speak.
An arcane blowtorch.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's probably what I want to do, is like try and make it not stand out as much. Also paint it all black if I can. Get him a black cloak, black hood.
Black on black.
Yeah. And then does he have like a sword or anything like that? Shield?
He carries.
Does he die with him?
So they did keep them with him as like a ceremonial, like, decoration of sorts. He carried a long sword and a short sword. They did not keep his crossbow that he had with him. Just the melee weapons themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at this guy jumping in.
Yeah. So
you
that's
take.
what I want to try and do.
So you're gonna paint the armor, and essentially like make him blend in, so to
Yeah.
say.
Make him just look like this dark knight-looking guy, not look like the sheriff.
Well, that's not that hard. I mean, like staining the steel and like quenching it in black oil that's easy. We can do that in an hour. And the adornments, that's just, you know, pop a couple of those things off, kind of bang a couple of them out. We turn that one into a bat.
Okay. As the party, or as Athros and maybe Ono are taking care of the sheriff. Is there anything anybody else wants to do? It's about 7 p.m. I think the shops technically will still be open for at least another hour. If you wanted to go and explore, so to say, or if there's nothing people want to do, you can just hang out. But it's entirely up to you.
I would definitely put my time. If we're going, I would be going to Black Iron Blades and doing. If they would let me, I would just put down coin and be like, I might be sleeping here tonight, and just going to tinker through the rest of the night. I would do the sheriff's armor, no problem. That would be easy. I'd knock that out first. There'd be a skeleton in the room. I love that. It actually makes it better. I would probably take another shot at Kanit's arm, but it would be like my focus is now like not all the extra accoutrement, but making him like his basic functioning arm just more functional. And then whatever other time I had left, I would build the shell.
Okay, so I want you, that'll probably take you if you just work through the night.
I would work through the night.
It would be check with your tinker tools.
Happily.
Since this one's going to be over the course of the, I'm going to say probably 8-hour span, I'm not going to let you have guidance on this one.
That's cool. I'm fine with that. I am just going to roll through the night. Lucky number 13.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
I think I'm pretty set. I already got new armor. I don't think there's much else I can do.
I'm following him.
Okay. I think Ebryn would probably try to argue for more money with Valine, claiming that he's the hero of that they're the heroes of Bryn'Shander, and you can't do it without us, and the typical things that Ebryn would say. And I do believe
do it without us.
we knocked each other.
They can. She would probably explain that there are other people, and that with this amount of money that the party has been given, with the number of people that they have, while you guys do have the biggest amount of people in your party. Sorry, I didn't hear you here, Mr. Ebryn. Are you here, or are you not here?
He snuck in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you're able to play? So I don't have to play you?
Yeah.
Okay, never
Correct.
mind. What's Ebryn doing?
I don't know where we're at right now.
We're still in town.
We're still in town, killing time because the lightning tank ain't here yet.
To quickly catch you up, we went back downstairs after Athros was like, we're going back downstairs because I want this hammer. And we walked back downstairs. We said we want half the money up front. We'll do this job, but we have to get this hammer first. So if you'll help us, we were waiting for our ride. So if you can chill for 12 hours, we're going to knock this out. You're going to come with us. We're going to get this hammer, and then we can go and do this arcane waterfall thing.
Did we negotiate price for a better one, or what?
Nope.
We got 2,500 gold pieces up front each. So
I have 2,500 more gold right now.
Correct.
than you did
Okay.
about what would be in-game time an hour ago. Yes, you are 2,500 gold richer. And we were polite with this lady. we were just like, look, we can do this. We know we're capable. We're good. We're worth half the price up front right now. And she agreed, so we got that. Boom. We're basically just hanging out. Yeah, like God said, we're hanging out until the lightning tank gets here. I'm working in the shop, and yeah.
I've got a book on art of stealth, ambushing, and getting the upper hand on from a distance. I'm just gonna sit down probably at the end and read that.
Okay. Taking some time reading your book. That's fine.
Which is power.
Miris.
Would there be any shops in town where I could possibly get like I don't know, maybe like a magical weapon at all?
So the place that if you're gonna find them that's gonna sell them is probably gonna be Black Iron Blades, where Ono currently is. While magical weapons aren't the biggest like commodity up here in the north, primarily in the last like 3 or so years because of the storm and the permanent rime from Oral. Generally speaking, many of your weapon shops within 10 towns would probably carry something. I know Black Iron Blades, while you weren't directly here for when that initially happened, they were the ones who sold Bigtune. Actually, no, they didn't even sell it. I think they gave it to him as for completing a quest of theirs. Flare Glimmer or Twinkle Sparkle, depending on who you talk to, which is a magical radiant/fire longsword. So they're probably going to be the ones who will sell it. If they don't have what you're looking for, they'd probably have connections to be able to either create or find one for you. But you'd be more like you'd probably have to talk to them.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I would probably go there in search of like I don't know, I was thinking about maybe upgrading my dagger to some sort of magical dagger if they had one.
Okay. Yeah, so you would have to go to you go to Black Iron Blades. It being getting close to closing time, but it's not quite there yet. It's still got about like 40-ish or so minutes, I'd say. As you see and hear like Ono working in the background. As like you walk inside, you're hit by this wave of warm air. Like every time when you walk in there and you close the door, like a vault behind you, and you would see Elza, the female dwarf, the sister of Garn, kind of manning the counter, cleaning up some of the items that people have like looked at over the course of the day, and she would see you walk in. Well, hello there, Miris. What can we do for you? And she like looks out like the window on the building. Evening. Sorry, time's a bit of a blur here.
Hey, so I was wondering if you guys possibly had any magical daggers I could buy?
Magic daggers? We might have something. Let me take a look once. And she pulls out, like, she, like, goes into, a pack of sorts, and she, not a pack, she goes, like, she looks below her counter, and she, like, ruffles through what appears to be, something that you can't quite see. There's no, like, sight through the glass in the front. No, I don't have anything here. Give me one more second. I think it might be in the back. And she, runs, to the back, passing Ono, who's, like, currently, like, intricately working with some of the metal, that he had brought with him into the building. Garn looking over and be like, hey, watch where you're stepping. And then, like, him and Elsa get into a small argument as, she, disappears out of sight. You, like, look and you see, like, I just envision, like, Ono wearing, like, those, I don't know how to describe them. There's, like, a set of goggles, but they have, like, lenses so they, like, zoom in a little bit.
100%. No, I have definitely made those like time and time again because I feel like they break all the time because I'm usually finding them with Athros and they get broken. So usually that's my headcanon. Yes, I have those goggles.
Okay. As she comes back with a. She brings back two daggers that she had found in the back room. One of which, as you look it over, you see it seems to be decorated with a I don't know how to describe it. They're not infernal runes. What languages do you speak? Do you mind if I ask, Miris?
Yeah, let me check. I believe Abyssal, Common, Tiefling, or Halfling, and Infernal.
Okay, so this would be in a language that you don't innately understand, but the scripts and how it's written reminds you a lot of how Infernal is written. It just you can't read the text because of how it's not a language that you understand. But as you look over the runes on the blade itself, they kind of pulsate very, very, very lowly with a green glow. And she sets that down on the hilt of the dagger. You see that there is a small inlaid emerald in the middle between the blade and the hilt itself. She lays it out on like a cloth. This dagger right here was brought in, I'd say about 2-3 years ago. Right before the rhyme, actually. We had the traveler coming in who was looking to lighten his load a little bit. It is this dagger seems to, I don't know how to describe it. It's not your normal fire. It's more of a green fire. But it seems to be magically attuned to people who use fire-based magics. When I say this, I'm not trying to stereotype. I know tieflings are pretty closely tied to fire and fire-based magics themselves, but not in that regard. It's, generally speaking, when someone, if you were to, let's say, use a fire-based spell, this dagger hums with an energy of sorts that would allow you to strike swiftly afterwards. In combat and game terms, when you, let's say, spend your action to cast a fire-based spell or cantrip, you can make an attack with this dagger as a bonus action.
Okay.
It is magical, so it has magical properties about it for overcoming resistances. But yeah, so basically when you attack with like Green Flame Blade as a main attack, you can attack again with the dagger as a secondary attack. And then she pulls out a second dagger. This one has a bit of a hooked edge to it. And you see that the hook seems to be more so for like you can tell for people who are more stealthy, they keep to the shadows. It seems to like you feel as though someone's going to use this dagger, that it's going to be for those who are trying to take someone out quickly versus get locked in combat when they are in a bad situation or something. It seems to be a more lethally focused dagger. The tips are very, very sharp. She holds this one out in front of you, and you see that there really isn't anything else that's like super that draws your attention to it, other than it has a hooked edge on its blade. It seems to be you can feel as though there's probably a magical property about it, but you don't sense like any runes. You don't see any runes about it. And she holds this one out, and as you kind of look it over, you see that it weight-wise, it's a little lighter than the dagger that you carry right now. But you can tell that it probably would do a bit more damage. And she, as you hold it in your hands, she looks the dagger up and down too. This one here was brought in by different individual, not the same one who brought the first one there. This dagger, it well, you can tell that it's very sharp along its edges. It so they told me when they sold it. It was very easy for piercing and, well, affecting the flesh. And when I say that, I mean I wouldn't want to run my finger across the blade for sharpness. I've tried running different tests for how sharp it is, and, well, the one thing I haven't done is my hand, and I'm kind of afraid to. But you can tell as she's like trying to describe this. It's if you are when you are either surprising someone the first time around, so like if you have the first round in combat. If you hit a critical hit with the weapon, it does an additional 2d6 damage. So it's a d4 dagger, and then when you roll a critical hit, it does an additional 2d6 on top of your other damage. So given how we do crits, it would do a substantial amount of damage.
Well, looking over both daggers, I believe I want to go with the first one. There's just something about it that speaks to me.
And you will see a grin come over Elsa's face. I thought that might be the case. You know, it has a green glow, which a lot of people seem to always like. It's a nice decorative piece, but if you're looking to actually use it, I'm sure someone like yourself will find some... Well, it'll find more use with you than it will sitting here inside Black Iron Blades. We don't have many people who come here looking for daggers that, well, have anything special about them. Generally speaking, if someone's coming here looking for a dagger, it's a fisherman looking for a fishing knife to be able to cut through some knucklehead trout. So, this doesn't really see the light of day very much. I think it'd be good for a dagger such as this one to be able to travel with yourself and go out and, you know, do the good that you and your group seem to do. And she would, as she, like, wraps it up in, like, puts it in its sheath that it would come with, and she sets it back on the table. The price for this one, it is a nice dagger, don't get me wrong, and I'm not about to, you know, screw you over on the pricing by any means. You guys have done a lot for the town. You're all good people, at least we see it. We'd be looking at about $550 for the price. Again, just we've been trying to validate it again too, like, it does allow you, like, it reacts whenever you cast fire-based magics. And there's a magical property about it. You'll be able to cut through things that might be resistant otherwise. That's why I'm charging what I am. For anybody else, we'd be looking at about $1,200 for it. So, you guys have a good deal.
Down. I put half of it down on the counter. I don't even think about it. Like, I rush forward and go, here, and put the coin down.
Oh, well, thank you, Ono.
Yeah, no worries. I want you to be fully prepared. And then I get right back to work.
Yeah, I believe $550 is a really fair price, so yeah, I'll go ahead and buy it.
You just owe her $275, that's all.
Okay.
And she would, between Ono and yourself, she would take the coins and she would take a moment and polish the dagger up for you before giving it to you. So it has a new weapon, both smell and shimmer. As she passes it over to you, I think you'll find good use out of this one. At least I hope so. I believe in you.
Yeah, I believe that this dagger will come in handy for many of our future endeavors.
There's like another grin that kind of comes over her face. Well, is there anything else that you might need from me, my friend?
No, I think that's it for now. Yeah, if I think of anything else, I'll definitely stop by again.
Well, by all means. We're always here to serve you, you and your comrades here. And of course this one, she like takes her like thumb and she points it back to Ono. Considering that he takes over our shop sometimes, not complaining, and she like shouts it over to you, Ono. Just something we notice.
I clean up after I'm done. And I usually kind of fix some of the tools. Did you know you have a wrench over here that's quite literally split into two? I didn't do that.
You can blame that man over there for that one. Went a little too hard there, bud.
Well, fair. You know, working.
Okay. Anything else, Miris?
Nope, that'll be it for me.
Alright. Give me... since it looks like that's the remainder of the party, I think, maybe I'm wrong, Arini would have something that she would be doing with Matra, keeping an eye on her. Spit would definitely just be sitting at the bar, drinking some of the wash beer that he's been getting accustomed to. Not that he really noticed or cared in the first place. Beer is beer. But he would be preoccupied with that, and like by the time some people would get back, he'd probably be like laying on the like sitting on the ground, like his legs like spread outward and just like you know, not in a chair, nothing like that, like up against one of the support beams in the building, just like laying there with like a tankard in his hand and like 2 empty ones like sitting alongside him. To get back to Ono, since I had you roll your Tinker Tool check, working throughout the night, you would be able to, I would say, successfully create a functional arm for Khaneet with a bit of armor plating on the outside. Physically, the armor itself wouldn't be, I would say, strong enough to, like, you know, give any form of bonus, let's say, to, like, defensive abilities, but it would be a functional arm for him to be able to use to pull back a bow, for example, and, like, go about daily duties. Especially given the tools that we have here in the north and the supplies, you're not going to probably be able to run the, you know, like the tubes that would carry the lifespan that you had before, or that he had before, but you would, like, everything else about the arm would operate in a way that he shouldn't be hindered, whether he's fighting or defending or even just smoking a cigarette.
Build him a backup. He needs a good backup.
And as I guess as morning would rise, everybody, if you haven't already, or if you needed to, from spell slots and such, you can all take a long rest. Aethros, your armor on the skeletal sheriff looks fantastic. And while some people in the party aren't really quite sure where you got black paint from, you have managed to pull it out of somewhere, and I don't think people are questioning as to where or why. With some assistance from Ono, it, you know, isn't sloppy. It looks very, very good.
It's pretty good. It's all right. We'll work with it. Oh
And
my
then I'm going to
God.
use the animate dead spell again, just so I get to keep my new buddy.
I thought he was
Don't
just
wanna lose
taking a nap. Legitimately, thought I was like, you know, lift your leg, and then he wouldn't lift his leg. So I was like, all right, well, you're asleep. It's fine.
Maris, I'll add your new dagger in just a minute here. I just gotta add one property to it quick.
Where are you sourcing your material components from, Aethros?
Don't be so concerned.
I would want to know.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, all
There's
right. I'm
Plenty
not
of
worried.
fresh flesh around.
Definitely
Don't worry
not
about it.
worried. Definitely not worried.
Don't worry about the blood.
No.
Don't check yourself for any wounds.
Are you using my grinder to make bone dust?
No. Maybe. Why do you have a grinder in the first place, huh?
Because I make bone. You know what?
Yep.
We're not going to have this conversation in front of Big Two.
That's what I thought.
I look at you, tight-lipped, and then just like, okay, we're not having this conversation.
Yeah.
Delightful. I would like to, just super quick, this is a BS tinker. This is just a full-blown, this is a bullshit tinker. But, I want to make 2 smoking, tinker toys. But specifically, this is so stupid. Specifically, I want them as charms on, like little bell charms. So that way, when Aethros decides to do anything super goth, I want them to activate for about an hour, and they just plume out a gentle black smoke around his feet.
You're assuming that doesn't happen just naturally with me now?
Well, now you can do it with just for fun.
So whenever Aethros enters the super mega goth mode over the course of the day, it just like plumes out some black smoke just to add some flair.
It's a little gentle, like a little gentle rolling smoke. Like his boots are just encapsulated by a gentle rolling smoke if he's standing still.
Okay. Make a tinker check for me.
It's
As
just a
morning has come around and you have this last minute epiphany.
just a little BS toy I want to make for him. You know, just to be like, it's nothing special. It's quite literally just for like, if he's not already doing his smoking goth black thing, at least like he has that like essence around him, and everybody's like, oh my god, he's like emanating smoke from his feet.
Yeah, I would say, given your time like that you spent, especially like working when you were in Black Iron Blades and like thinking about this and how well you've been able to like improve your skills over the course of the last like month that the party's kind of been, not even the month, like 3 weeks that the party's been traveling together. Yeah, I would say you're able to make this little flare charm that triggers based off of the based off the vibes that Athros gives off in that moment.
Yes. Yeah, and I just with like we're in the room probably already bunking, or I would have gone in the bunk room anyways, grabbed his boots, put the charms on his boots, and then walked away without saying a thing. And just went about my day.
All right. Yeah, just little puffs of black smoke just when things get a little dark. Okay.
You know, it's just a little flare, you know.
Truthfully, I would also imagine that when he's like going through and doing his reanimations for the day, they would probably kick in a little bit too.
You know, it's like you're doing a little bit of dark magic, so they're already like they just jingle and then like a little black plume of smoke.
All right.
I'm looking out for your needs.
Went too far. There we go. Okay, as the party takes a long rest and wakes up the next morning, Athros continuing to maintain control over Skeletal Sheriff, as you find yourselves, you're left to your own devices right now as you all wake up, and you can smell, once again, as per usual, with the exception of Ono, who would wake up at Black Iron Blades after taking maybe a cat nap after finishing the arm in the morning. The rest of you would wake up to find, the smell of the venisons that you'd had before, some bread-based products freshly being cooked. The Northlooks kitchen's pretty vast in comparison to a lot of other places, it being the, capital of the North, essentially. So there's resources that they have that maybe other cities don't, including a fully working kitchen. So as one by one, people would make their way downstairs. I would say that just for giggles, Ebryn, you'd be the first person to come downstairs, and you would see sitting in the corner, you're not sure if she slept, she had a room, or if she's just, an early riser, but you would see Valine having a small cup of some form of light beverage. It gives off a slightly bitter odor in this side of the Northlook. It looks like almost like a teacup as she sits and has her morning beverage. Well, good morning.
Hey.
As she goes back to drinking her tea. Unless you were saying something else and you got cut out. I just thought you said hey.
Nope, I'm just gonna say hey and
okay.
Plop down.
As whoever wanted to, if there's anybody who had anything special they wanted to do before coming to join the party, make it known. Otherwise, I assume that the party will make their way down, have some breakfast once again. It being the 2nd of Rohen, our new month upon us. As you make your way downstairs and you look around, you still don't seem to have sign of Tilly, of the lightning tank, of the clockwork defender, and at least for some of you, Irini in particular, this would be kind of anxiety inducing. Her worried about her bears, Ugg and Tugg, and the fact that they're not here yet, when she did say they would be here within probably about a day and a half's time, as she took off in the evening to go and find them that day. I guess, is there anything, like, if the party needs to discuss anything, now's a good time. Otherwise, what's the party thinking?
probably like on my way back from the shop, so I'm probably not involved in this conversation. Everybody's silently sitting at the table eating bacon.
I'm messaging you something directly for something I want to get, but I don't want to
Okay.
spoil it.
Okay. I would say, Ono, make a perception check as you're like making your way across town.
Yeah, sure. Perception. Oof, not paying attention at all.
Nope, nothing out of the ordinary catches your eye.
Yeah. I'm focused on other things.
Yeah, you're
I'll get up.
exhausted and focused on you completed Kanit's like replacement arm, so it's kind of a big day for you. But you're so tired from that.
Fine. Okay. You gotta get good work done.
I'll get up, leave the table, and go check the stalls to see if our lightning tank and polar bears are here.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm just responding to Ben quick.
There's something I think would be very good for my character flavor-wise, would fit him, and his new personality.
What did you do?
It's nothing like crazy strong or actually strong in general. Just it'd be fun. Don't worry about it.
I very rarely worry about any of the ideas that come into your head.
Oh, he's typing a lot.
Oh my god. What did you do?
I didn't think it was anything that bad. It's just
I made you smoke.
I don't. It might be too much character-wise. Like people won't be able to handle Aethros at that point.
I don't know. I'm loving this change.
Ooh. Yeah.
I hope that answers your question.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes to both of you.
Yes.
Okay, so Ibrin, you said you were gonna go check the what do you call it, the stables to go see if there's sign or word or if they're here with the tank and bears.
Correct.
Okay. As you leave the Northlook, I want you to also make a perception check. That's better.
Way better.
What you would see is it's very light, like it's not very thick, but you would see coming from the southwestern area of town a small plume of smoke. As you begin making your way that direction, and that direction corresponds to where the stables themselves are. You make your way to the stables, and as you get there, the plume of smoke, like as you're on your way there, the plume of smoke gets like bigger as you get closer to where it's originating from. Reaching the stables, you see the attendants that have been, whenever you would come to Bryn'Shander, like the kids who would take care of the animals for people, and like the field hands that you've seen before, that you've met before, you've paid before. They all seem to be focused around what's causing this fire, and this plume of smoke. And as you look, you see the lightning tank currently at the stables. You see Ugg, who is he's roaring up a storm, right now, being like contained in a separate area, and you see the stable boys seemingly put out what was at one point a fire, on the lightning tank itself. No sign of Tilly, no sign of Tugg.
Can I roll an animal handling check to try to calm down my polar bear here?
Yeah, go ahead. And do so with advantage because of your book. Okay, so you can like hear and like you see Ugg, like, you know, being in a frantic state, like having been put in a separate stable from like everything else, and he's not with his brother and all of that stuff. And you like go up to him and you try to like calm him down, but he doesn't really seem to be listening. He seems to be more focused on, like, his attention seems to be focused on the lightning tank itself. As like you see once again one of the boys, they kind of like disappear over into the tank, and then they come out with an individual. You see the individual that they pull out is an unconscious Tilly, who is not looking all that great. There's no burns necessarily on her. You see her clothes are a bit scuffled, as if she got into some form of fray. But what you see that stands out to you more than anything else is her left arm, extending from her fingertips up to about her elbow and slowly growing, is it's entirely black. Not from frostbite, but something else, something magical, seems to have engulfed itself on her arm. And you can see, like you get a little bit closer. The stable boys look over. It's like, oh, it's you. Can you help over here? There's another inside. And she he kind of like points into the back of the tank itself. You might be more beneficial than we were, as they take Tilly like somewhere out of the way. You see the tank itself seems to have been pulled. As like you get closer, like, how did it get here? If there's one polar bear missing, it appears that the clockwork defender was the other item that was pulling the tank, and it seems to be like in standby, like attached somehow makeshift to like where the harnesses were, to be able to pull alongside Ugg, to get somewhere. But yeah.
I have an antitoxin. I'd like to give that to her, see if that helps at all with the poison or anything.
Okay. As you kind of walk up and you would hand it, probably, unless you're gonna directly administer it to Tilly. You would have to. She hand
unconscious?
She's unconscious right now. She is currently not. She's currently not awake. She's alive, but she's not awake.
I'd administer it.
Okay. As you administer the antitoxin, you kind of hope that it has an effect on whatever it is that's on her arm. It does not seem to do. Doesn't seem to have any effect. As you look over this thing, I want you to make an Arcana check for me. Beautiful. You can tell that whatever has, latched itself on or taken over her arm here, it seems to be, it's magical in nature, and it's a very sinister, you can tell that it has a very sinister aura about it. You're not sure if it's directly tied to, like, necromancy or not, but whatever it is, it's not great, and it's spreading pretty quick.
Okay. I would tell the stable hands to take Tilly immediately to the rest of the group, which is over at the Northlook now. And I'm going to go check out the Clockwork Defender and figure out where the hell my other polar bear is at.
Okay. I want you to make a... Just because they're kind of hesitant about like leaving the area right here right now, I want you to make a persuasion check. It'd be a straight roll, no disadvantage or advantage. Beautiful. As you tell them, take Tilly to the rest of the group. They're up at the Northlook. Two of the boys, there's 3 total people. There's 1 adult attendant and 2 kids. And the 2 kids, with enough strength, are able to take Tilly, the small gnome that she is, up to the Northlook. They disappear out of sight as the one adult individual. You can kind of hear them shouting, but you don't directly see them, but you can tell that it's somewhere inside the lightning tank. Must be where the individual is. And the lightning tank doesn't look all that great. It looks like it's seen battle on the road, hence the smoldering smoke that's kind of rising up into the air. There's a couple holes that were not there before that are currently on the sides of the stone inlaid walls, and you can, as you look around the tank and you look over the automaton, you can see the it would be an adult woman, probably about 35 years old, who's inside the tank itself. She's kneeling down, and as you look a little bit farther, you can see that there's a furry figure inside the the tank itself as well. You see Tugg currently laying inside the lightning tank, looking really, really torn up. And just like Tilly, you see a large black patch emanating out from their fur. This would be their right front paw, from the shoulder spreading outward onto their back and towards their neck. Once again, emanating that sinister magic. As the woman kind of sees you, looking things over. This is your group's vehicle, right?
Yes, it is. What the hell's going on?
Well, I'm glad there's one of you who's here. She arrived earlier this morning, no more than maybe an hour ago. We've been trying to get her resuscitated using what we can here. We've already put a call out to Mishan. We could see the smoldering of the plume of smoke out quite a ways. When she got here, we were surprised to see it pulled by one of the bears, and well, she was conscious when she got here. Mentioned something about running into issues on the road. Something about a guy who looked like a shadow and a band of creatures that rose out of the ground. Seemed to catch him off guard, and instead of prioritizing herself, she prioritized the bears, and well, the one got away just fine. She points over through the tank itself, over where the stables would be, at where Ugg's stable was. And it seems like they took quite a beating. I've never seen a darkness like this before. It looks like it's made out of actual shadow, but it's sapping the life out of them.
I would like to still try another antitoxin on the polar bear, and then I have a potion of healing I want to use as well.
Okay. Once again, you apply the antitoxin, you give it to Tugg, and Tugg, while he's his breathing's pretty slow, but he's not actively bleeding out right now. Just his breathing really heavy. As you give him the antitoxin, and he doesn't really seem to fight it. He's on the cusp of consciousness, and as he it filters into his mouth. You can tell that it must taste absolutely awful, because you can see his head just shrinks back for a second, and then he almost doesn't want to swallow it because it just tastes so bitter. As begrudgingly and with your push for him to just do so, he would
I'd rub his head and be like, "I'm sorry, buddy. I'm just trying to help."
He would eventually swallow, and similar to how it was with Tilly, you don't see the antitoxin having an effect. You use a potion of healing, and you pour it into his mouth. And what you would see with the potion of healing is, while the dark marks that are on him don't seem to spread any fat, they don't seem to decrease in size. They seem to be slowed down, at least for the moment. You don't see it spreading any farther on his fur or on his patches of bear flesh. Patches of Bear Flesh sounds like a really bad power metal album. Anyway, sorry, distracted.
killed both of us.
But yeah, it seems to have, at least for the time being, have halted the progress of the dark patches.
It's either the lady or
From
the
spread.
guy that's.
Well, I would tell the lady to stay here. I have to run back to the Northlook and hope that our healer can do something about this.
As she would like nod. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on leaving this. I'm gonna do what I can to help keep him alive, but it's sapping them quickly. So do what you can. I'll do what I can here. Molly, by the way, is she like doesn't even extend a hand out because she's like too busy working with Tugg. She just gives you like an affirmative nod, and like you see, she like goes back to work, just letting you know who she was. As I would say, Ibram begins making his way back up towards the Northlook. The party, as you're hanging out and enjoying yourself some nice brekkie, you would see at some point here, Ono included because Ono would have reached the inn by this point, pushing their way through to the front doors. You would see two young boys, which you would recognize as the stable hands, because you've all encountered them before, carrying an unconscious Tilly with a black-coated arm into the inn. We're looking for associates of the, what was his name? The elf guy. Long, blonde beard. He was...
Mildly rude.
I'm sorry, I don't know names right now.
Fine.
I'm like 10.
Is that our unconscious friend?
I think she called herself Tilly when she
Yep,
arrived.
that's her.
Yeah, she's not doing too great. The elf man told us to come here. Something about that there was a group that he traveled with who was here.
Peculiar. Okay, but please bring Tilly over here.
And they would like bring her and set her either like on a chair or on a cleared off table, and like lay her down. As she's like, you can tell she's alive, she's breathing, but she's unconscious.
I mean, I look around. I'm like, we gotta get to the stables, 100% fast. But Aethros, what the hell is going on with her arm?
Can I do a perception check or something to if I would recognize anything with this?
So for you, I will say you can make one of two different checks. You can either make a religion check, or you could make a perception check. So whatever one you prefer.
Religion, how bad is that? I'll do a perception.
Okay.
And then I'll give myself guidance.
Okay,
Yep,
well,
that's fine.
Oh.
Ooh.
You look over her arm, and like they've kind of torn back like part of the shirt that she like was wearing, like her overcoat, and you can see that it's like actively spreading farther up of her body as she as you look at my thoughts are like all over the place right now. As you look it over, you see you're not quite sure what the origin is, but it definitely feels just like something that it feels very similar to the shadow magic that you had experienced below Bryn'Shander when you were fighting Dero'gneel.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on her.
Okay.
Double check to see. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the teenagers we
Okay.
should-
And you, not wanting to take any chances and feeling, similar to how you did before with the fight with Dero'gneel, and also kind of how Bryn'Shander was when you arrived here with Khaneet from Calvin's Cairn. You cast Remove Curse on Tilly, kind of like taking him out, and then, I would imagine probably touching the area that's been affected, or at least somewhere nearby, trying to shunt it out. And as you do so, you watch as the blackness, almost as if it's alive, you kind of hear like almost an audible shriek, coming from her arm as it's forced back down from her shoulder out through her fingertips and disappears with a small, I don't want to say like an audible pop, but you can tell that it's been completely shunted from her body. And she, like, her eyes, like, kind of tense and, like, tighten together, and then, like, you can tell that her body seems to go into a much more relaxed state as, after a few moments, you can tell you removed the curse to answer this one here. You forced it out of her body. Sorry, I was going off on a tangent. I got distracted. As after a few moments, you see like her eyes kind of like they scrunch together. They loose it, and then like very very slowly she opens them, and she like sees like Athros and like Ono and Big Toon and the party, and she just hears say, "Oh, thank God."
No, thank me.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I suppose that's accurate. Thank you, Athros. I honestly wasn't sure if I was gonna come back from that one. That was too close.
What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
So
Yeah, who fucked you up? I'll fuck them up.
So
Agreed.
we when we first met, I had just encountered you all after you all had a fight with a being that we both knew as a person named Dero'gneel. You guys,
As soon as I saw you, I was like, I know it's him.
you killed him, right?
I give a look to Ono like, oh no.
What? Well,
I knew exactly what the sheriff.
we, in a sense, halted him for but a mere moment. We did not understand the gravity in which he is tied to forces beyond our ken. So,
It's definitely
you know, traditionally, no. I don't think we did. We came pretty close.
Okay, so he is still alive, and I'm not going crazy. I'm not like she like, you know, weakly like raises her arm like. There's no like. If he's still alive, then he's still alive. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yes, let's go.
I felt very confident that I encountered him on my way to Bryn'Shander. He just in appearance, but he looked different than when I had last met him. He was entirely black, carried a spear, but in my experiences that I had previously when we were slaves to the drow of Mienzo Canis, he there was something more sinister about him, as if he was a walking shadow. And one-on-one, I felt okay with the defender at my side, but he was able to, like, seemingly out of nowhere, summon beasts out of the shadows. And, well, two, to me, as a small gnome of low magic understanding, it felt like a fair fight, but when he started bringing the beasts out of the ground, I'm just grateful that we made our escape. But he marked us first with whatever the hell that was, and I just, the last thing I remember was getting into the gates of Bryn'Shander and putting out the fires that were on the tank itself and trying to get Tugg onto the lightning tank, and, well, traveling here, fading in and out. Yeah, 'cause the last thing I remember was trying to get the stable hands' attention. I don't even know what I said to them, but clearly there was something. I hope your bear's okay. Tugg, I think you call him, was fine, but Tugg had seen better days. He got attacked by one of the larger beasts when we were trying to make our way here. We were running. We weren't trying to stand off. We were just trying to survive. And, well, you see now the result of how that happened. But I don't know where he went to. disappeared as quickly as he came. Didn't even say a fucking word. Just came in for the attack. Glowing yellow eyes. Grained in the back of my head. Someone should probably kill him at some point. I don't know what his plans are.
Yeah, we'll kill him the next time we see him.
Yeah, the only reason he's not dead is because we thought we killed him.
Yeah.
It's actually true.
I mean,
Next time we'll make sure we kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just double kill him.
Yeah.
Right?
Stab him extra hard.
Yeah.
Sure.
May even be some blasting involved. I don't know. We'll see what we get up to.
We'll see. I mean, we have options. Is basically what we're getting to. We have options.
Exactly.
You would as the party is like, I wouldn't say like in a full like lighthearted sense, but you know, alleviating some of the tension in the room because of everything that just happened in the last 2 minutes here. The party, you know, conversing with Tilly, you would see Valine walk up to the table. Interesting. And who are you, young miss? And Tilly would look up to this old woman who's staring at her and be like, the fuck is this woman?
There's a lot. You have had a lot of stuff going on. It's not, let's not ask questions.
Tilly, like, looking at Valine would just, like, flip her the bird and be like, I don't have to tell you shit.
You know what? That's probably the nicest you're going to get out of her, Valine. So we probably might want to just nod, in agreement and move forward.
Friend of yours?
Yes, and yes, a beloved friend. So yes, this is actually them in a good mood.
Interesting. Tilly would just look at it. The fuck you mean, interesting? Get out of here. Go away. I don't want you in my line of sight. You look like an old hag, and just like tries to sit up, and she's just not having any of Valine shit. As like,
Tilly, it's not that big a deal. Just here. Can we get food for Tilly, please? Can we
get
food?
You hear Scramsax. I'm already on it. Just give me 2 minutes.
Napping, like, just gonna chill. We're just gonna let this one go. Tilly, it's not that big of a deal. Just let it. We know she's kind of got this auspicious look about her, but she's actually cool people's. She's got that kind of like, I could be an asshole, but she's actually kind of nice, at least for the most part. Maybe just chill.
Yeah, like as she's been talking, like she's like just staring Valine down, but like you would see Scramsax comes up and just brings her just like a small platter of just like something that's substantial to like fill her stomach, and she just like instantly just goes to town. But occasionally it'll give this like really like upset glare at like Valine. The look she gives to the rest of the party is not nearly as sinister. You don't really get any vibes that maybe she knows Valine, rather just like this woman's kind of just interjecting herself in a situation she shouldn't be, and just trying to put up her bubble. As not Aethros. Oh my God, Ebrin, you'd be able to arrive at the North Look, as you would see Tilly no longer has the black mark on her arm, and she's like eating some food, and she would see you walk in.
Very much like the GIF I shared in our general chat, Ebrin is breaking the fucking door down and screaming, Tugg's been infected! It's the same shit Tilly had!
And he's like, Ebrin just like gets up from her seat. She's like, I'm gonna kill him. Just like, just super angry.
No, we are wholly gonna destroy this dude. Not cool. Absolutely not cool. I look at Aethros. I'm like, do you have another one locked and loaded for the bear? Aethros? I'm like pointing your chest. Do you have another one locked and loaded for the bear?
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Ma'am, we're gonna have to just miniature pause. We have to go deal with a family matter. I put like I put like 5 gold down on the table just to be like, you know, just sit tight, chill, scrap sacks, just let's get some food going. We gotta go. I hop on Kitty's back. I'm like, you need to run to that stable now. And just hope for the best.
Oh yeah, no,
hold on tight.
I take off.
Yeah, I'm
As we're
ripped
leaving,
onto Kitty's
gonna-
back. I'm screaming at people like, get the hell in!
As we're all like frantically running out the door, I'm telling Tilly, "Hey, I gave you an antitoxin. I don't know what that does to you. Well, hope you're doing better. Bye. Be back later."
And she doesn't even have time to respond as you just like dip back out, and the party makes their way to the stables where you see the remnants of the lightning tank. It's very much the lightning tank, but it's there's a lot more holes and like scrapes and like, you know, part of the second story is like probably not usable currently, as you would all make your way back and you would see the woman who controls the stables sort of like continuing to try and apply whatever she can to help Tugg. Ebrin, especially as you get back, you would see that the healing potion that you applied seems to have, you know, lost its effect, and it's continuing to spread once more. It seemed to have staved it for a little while. It'd probably be a bit farther than what it is currently had you not used it, but it's once again continuing to spread across Tugg's form.
I only had 1 healing potion left, and I from the fucking one lady we bought it from, I gave it to Tugg, gave him an antitoxin, and it's not working.
Hey, everybody breathe. Just relax. Just relax.
Can't relax. My bear's in danger.
We're fine. It's okay. I snatch out. I have a healing potion. I will dump at least to just postpone the effects for just a moment.
Okay. And same thing that Ebrin had experienced too, upon like ingesting the healing potion, you do see that the spreading seems to halt. At this point, it's probably taken over most of his right paw and like spread along a lot of his torso, like reaching his underbelly and such too. But it is now once again currently stopped.
Okay. I can't fix this. I can't fix this. Aethros, please tell me you have 1 more locked and loaded. Please tell me you got, or at least we can hold him off for at least long enough till, like, you know, you can rest up and get another one ready. We can't lose this bear.
Fine. I cast enemy. Or whoop. Nope.
Don't
Don't want to
cast
cast that
enemy
one.
dead on the bear that's not dead yet, bro.
Where's that list? Yep. There's the one I want. Remove curse.
Are you sure?
No, but you know, everyone else seems to love this bear.
Listen, flip a
Whatever.
coin for it.
Oh, I already did.
Yes. Like he's in the
I
middle
tried
of
to give myself
casting.
advantage. So yeah, cast remove curse.
40 minutes.
As you cast remove curse, just like with Tilly, you kind of like touch a side of Tugg, and you can see like unlike how Tilly where it like had almost like a sentient shriek as it like disappeared. This one, as you touch Tugg and you lay out the remove curse spell, you kind of watch as your like a pulse emanates out from your hand, and anywhere that the curse has spread to, you watch as it kind of like shatters into this glimmers of radiant light as it gets ejected out from his body, as the radiance itself, almost as if it's like God, I gotta find better words to describe sounds. The I don't know. It sounds nice as it gets ejected out from Tugg's body, as his paw and like all of his torso that had been taken over by the black once again return to their normal color, and the the breathing that Tugg has, very similar to Tilly while he was breathing heavily, kind of slows, almost as if relaxing. And you would see that he does end up returning back to consciousness, very weak, but he like stares, like he like turns his head and he like looks back at the party who's currently standing over him. He would see Irini, he would say Ibrin, and he would see Aethros, who's next to him. And for the moment, like, you two share this like a mutual understanding that maybe you didn't have before. Whereas like Irini and Ibrin were the two who normally interacted with Ugg and Tugg to like keep them calmed down and keep them on pace and hey, let's get going. The two of you share a moment, and he seems to have a newfound respect for you that maybe he didn't have before.
Aw, Aethros.
I then cast Healing Word on him
Aww.
and tell him, you still have the lightning tank.
I was gonna say we should probably double check to make sure that there's gonna be no long-lasting effects for these.
I would tap Irini and be like, "Hey, go tell the brother that he's fine."
Yeah, I'm on it. And she just takes off and goes to the other stables. Okay.
Healing Word
I'm gonna
for 9
follow
health.
with Irini to get to one, the other bear, and two, to see what actual damage is done.
Right, like I kind of want to make sure that there's not going to be any like super long-lasting effects or anything like that.
Okay. Long effects on the tank or on the bears? I'm sorry, I misheard you, Nick.
On the people who were cursed, on Tilly and on the bear.
Okay. Victoon, I would like for you to make a medicine check, and oh no, I think for the sake of this here, make a investigation check with advantage. Because the damage that you would see would be pretty evident for the most part, but sometimes people are distracted.
No, you're good. Ooh, we got 13.
Okay, give me 1 second. One of my cats, I gotta cover an odor.
You're good.
Well, nobody else better get cursed today, because
Yeah, please.
there's no
let's
saving
not.
you.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not.
Ibrin's ring just illuminates brighter than usual. So what?
Yeah. Well,
It's okay.
No, we'll just take a long rest right away. You guys just woke up. Yeah, we're gonna take another long rest.
It's okay. I have a new spell that I'm ready to deploy if we get into danger. It's gonna be fun.
so let's
New
just get
spell.
in danger and have you use it.
Yeah.
Rewind time. Time
I have
wizard.
not learned
What?
any Dunamancy yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're getting there, okay? It's one of my next big requests is, can I learn anything from the School of Dunamancy?
Okay, Vic.
I activate time wizard. What?
And it lands on a skull, and everyone.
Oh no.
Fuck.
All right. Big Tune, looking things over, and the healing word, you can tell that it definitely returns a lot of vitality. Sorry, I got so many things. The healing word definitely restores vitality to Tugg, and you can see that he's able to like stand up and move around now. It's kind of weird having a polar bear inside the lightning tank. When he moves around, you can tell weight seems to shift significantly more, being a heavy boy. And Big Tune, you kind of take a moment, you like look him over and like see, and like he's not hostile to anybody right now. He doesn't really have the energy or like ambition to be hostile after everything that's just happened. As you like look over like the marks, like where they were on his fur, and like you kind of look at his demeanor and like see if anything shifts or anything returns, and it seems that Aethros casting Remove Curse seemed to help the situation significantly. You don't see it returning or anything like that. It seems that what's been done has been done, and you feel as though people should be able to return to normal.
Is Tugg up and around moving right now?
Yeah, Tugg is like trying to like move around inside the lightning tank, and like I said, like whenever he moves from one side to the other, you can like feel the weight just like shift, like as like the wheels like that are pulling the tank like kind of dig deeper into the snow. There's no nice suspension in the tank. It is just solid. You feel everything, but he weighs quite a bit, so it's substantial. As
Big Tune, I'd tell Big Tune to come by me, and then Aethros and Mirus go on the other side, and we'll just kind of help Tugg, like, essentially, like, guide him off and go by his brother.
Oh. I thought you were going to tell me to help you pull the tank. I was going to be like, no, I'll do it. I got it. Come back with like 17 hernias.
The deck of daddy things, just groaning noises every strength check.
Right.
Oh no, as you go with Urbrini to like get Ugg to like, you know, help him calm down. And Urbrini, like, her approach to definitely helps the situation. You would see like cough, she rolled nano handling check. She like takes her hand and she like runs it across his head and stuff like that, and like she casts speak with animals. And she would speak to Ugg and just say, Your brother's safe now. Aethros took care of it. He's okay. Do you want to go see him? And there would be like this small conversation between the two, and she'd be like, yes. We can take you over there. That's okay. And if it's not okay, I'll make it okay. She like says like under her breath, as she like helps guide Ugg back towards the lightning tank. But you in particular, Ona, when you're taking a look around you, look at the lightning tank and you see the automaton that's like hooked up in the spot, just like in standby as he reached his destination. But you look over the tank, you see that there's the damage that's been done, especially to like the sides. I mean, it's not full on structural damage for the most part. Like the tank itself is still functional as it was. With the exception of there's a lot less space on the second story. The second story is pretty demolished. There's still space for, like, you know, whoever's going to be driving the tank, let's say, to actually get into their position and, like, actually do what they need to do between, like, Urini, Spit, and Ibrin, and anybody else who would take a nab at the reins. But anywhere else, like, there's no, like, lookout spot anymore, and you can't access the roof because the roof is pretty much non-existent. But the main the first story, so like where you guys would store your items, where you guys would sleep, all of that is still the same as what it was, just a bit more dinged up. There's like one hole in the side like that went through several inches of stone that like you can kind of see inside now, so it doesn't stay as warm without maybe some repairs. But the first floor is fully functional, the second floor is like half functional, and there is no lookout.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to do the same thing.
And I just start mending stuff and be like, that's okay, that's okay.
Yeah. I just envision Aethros maybe doing this with like a petting motion, be like, it's okay.
Yeah, just
it's okay.
It's okay, lightning tank. You'll be fine.
Like I grunt.
We'll get him next time.
I worked all night, and I'm like, okay, we're getting right back into it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Rolls up his metaphorical sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah, I roll up my sleeves, and I'm like, I start mending. I pull out a hammer. I start fixing stuff. I'm like, fine.
You want to use my hammer? And I hold him a hammer that's like the height of him.
I'll make a strength check. I'll do it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, please do so.
Get your foot off the end. I can't. Are you holding it? Are you holding it down?
No. Nope, that's just the weight of the hammer.
Is your backpack on it or something?
Nope, it's only 2 pounds, bud.
I can swing this thing. You sure you didn't put anything extra on this? Like a rock on the back?
Nope. You're just weak.
I'm not weak. I swing hammers, mallets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that little toy that you got there? Little stubby guy?
It's a ball peen hammer. I'll thank you very much. It has definitely fixed your armor numerous amounts of times when you're not paying attention.
All 2 ounces of it.
Oh, dare you? It is not the size of the equipment, but what you do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I turn my back on you and just start casting mending again.
I start casting mending on. I turn my back on you.
Yeah, as the two of you using the magic that you both know, are able to, you'd be able to patch the holes that are, and like the marks, like you can see that there's like, visibly outside too, there's like visible claw marks from like creatures like attacking the tank itself that you're able to like mend, and like seemingly like out of like dust that is like built on, like, from the side of the tank itself. You watch as like, as you cast mending, it kind of pulls from the different areas to like glaze over the top and like return it to its normal state. Same thing with the holes that like can see straight through to the outside. You like, in a fine petting motion, are able to mend those holes back, so that way there's, it's pretty much like sealed within the back of the tank on the first layer. As far as mending the second story, it's gonna take a little bit more time to do that. It's not gonna be as quick of a job as what you were kind of anticipating. But I mean, you give yourself maybe an hour, and you'll probably be fine with what you do, as long as the two of you are able to work together.
He goes,
We have to do a roll.
I
or
cast
check to see if
mending
we work
60
together?
times.
Yeah, no, you'll like, if we're okay just passing time to fix it, like,
Yeah, that's like a
it'll be
short
repairable.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The tank itself will be restored to its former glory, albeit with maybe some new reinforcements from, the supplies that you would be able to scavenge from, just to like repair the second story. It's a little bit more reinforced than what it was before. Functionality-wise, it's about the same, but just looks a little bit different as you restore the lightning tank itself. Ugg and Tugg seem to be pretty content just literally being within each other's vicinity. They'd be chewing on some venison that they would have received. Tilly would eventually make her way down to visit the party, and honestly, so would Kanit, as they would see the see the plume, or that was the plume, and see all of you kind of working at restoring things to where they were. It seems you have all found the devices that you were seeking from Goodmead, yes?
For the most part, yeah.
What now?
Sorry, your mode of transportation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. That makes me feel a bit better. As you would see, like, he technically still doesn't have his arm yet, so his his non-organic space is still missing, but he would, like, come up. It almost looks like he doesn't even acknowledge that it's gone. He kind of just, like, walks up and just starts having conversation with the party at this moment.
If he walks up and does not really acknowledge, I just pull the arm out of the bag of holding and then just walk up and start fitting it to his person. Zero conversation. Zero. Just walk right up and fit it to his person.
Okay. And, like, you watched him remove this before, so I'm not going to make you roll to, like, attach anything. So, like, you kind of just reverse the methods that he used to remove it, to reattach things, and then you just, like, give it a good smack on the shoulder to kind of, like, pound it into place, and there's, like, an audible click noise as it, like, gets in location. And he looks down at the arm, looks at you, and, like, gives you a nod, and he, like, it takes him a moment to, like, attune, essentially, to, like, how the arm works, as you see, like, the fingers begin to twitch, and, like, the arm itself from, like, the elbow down to, like, the forearm, like, he's able to, like, clench his hand and, like, make a fist, and then, like, slowly but surely he's able to move the arm as if it was attached to his body. Thank you, young Ono.
It's a backup. It's not perfect. It doesn't have the, compartment for the lifespan. I could not. It's a little. It's not in my purview, but I'm gonna learn. I'm learning. Love learning. So this is fine.
The scholars in Herspeak, as well as the artificers in Hirosheim, it's a joint effort. I did not expect you to restore that functionality, but I greatly appreciate having an arm to use once more. It will make using a bow significantly easier.
We do what we do. Again, I could have done better. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset.
Thank you.
I live other automatons to deal with. I'm gonna learn how to do higher quality artificing. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I would say at this point in time, the other lightning tank is restored to normal. Ugg and Tugg are pretty contento. Irini has been occupying them alongside Spit. Matra's kind of just been hanging out, not trying to venture too far. And Irini, like, anytime she ventures too far, she would, like, immediately, like, turn to, like, go and look for her. But she's just talking to, like, one of the kids that are over by the stable. Kenit would look over to the group. So, what is your plan?
Well, we have a job, but before we do this job, we're gonna go get just a quick supply update. And I look over at Athros. Gonna just update some equipment, and then we're gonna knock out this job with a frozen waterfall and the Castle White, something to that effect. I think, yeah. Also, if we come across Dero'gneel, I have no problem saying this out loud. He's getting it. He's getting it. I'm not a physical person where I punch people, but I'm pretty sure I would let him get punched in the face by Victoon. So, yeah.
He sounds like quite a menace. I wouldn't blame you for feeling the way that you do.
Yeah.
Whatever serves you best.
I think Athros would really like a new hammer. Just feels right.
Yeah, sure. We're going.
Yeah, it's gonna knock that out. And I feel like everybody's kind of like, we can kind of knock out this whole thing, get this other cat. Yeah, we can complete this job, effectively.
I believe that you can. And should you need assistance from me, I will gladly provide support where needed.
I mean, also, if you happen to get an original version of your first arm, or if they're making an updated version, schematics. If you had schematics, it'd be a lot easier if you carry that on hand. I put schematics on the inside of the armor plating, just in case someone else does work after me. It's just basic, kind of like courtesy. I don't know if anybody else can we're gonna pass that along. Just simple. I lift a plate on his bicep, and it's quite literally just the basic rudimentary outline of how I did it. And just any artificer or any level 1 artificer could read this and be like, oh, okay. Just close the flap.
Well, if you wish to find out more about how these arms function, and he would specifically look to Victoon when he says this, as well as how to get one.
Yeah.
Visit the playing guard when you arrive in Hiroshima.
Oh, we are. Oh no, we will. We got plans.
I'm sure you do, but they will be your best group of people to find. Artificers are not uncommon in the north of Weird, but they are to find one of quality and one that can meet your needs, so to say. They can be a bit harder to find. So the playing guard is a good starting point when you finally get out of this everlasting hell that we seem to be in. And as he finishes that conversation, he would see Miras doing something. I'm not quite sure what. Whatever Miras would like to be doing right now.
Miras, what are you doing, bud?
I'm just sort of hanging out right now.
He would I envision maybe Miras might be reading over some text or looking over the page of the book that you have received so far, since I know you were looking for specific details. As Kenit would actually walk up, and he would maybe sit down or stand wherever you're currently at, Miras, in the vicinity of the lightning tank, and he would see that you're kind of like looking, a bit more in depth at something than a lot of the other people are. Miras, I happened to overhear something that I found very interesting, and you don't have to go into detail should you not want to, but I do feel that it would be beneficial for us to have a conversation. I happened to overhear at To Be Fit the Method, the library in town, as everyone seems to be familiar with in this group, that you were looking for details pertaining to a group or an event or something pertaining to what is known as the Black Moon. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is.
So, well, the details that I can provide are they're vague at best, and I apologize for that. What I can say is that if you can't find anything in books here in the north, there is a group of ragged tribesmen, people, barbarians of sorts, who travel the north. Usually they follow the elk tribe, the elk caravans as they move throughout the north to both supply themselves and continually having a food source. But one particular group of these ragged tribes, these nomads, known as the elk tribe of the north here, I think they might have more connection to this Black Moon than you realize, or than they realize. Not you. You don't even know. I'm telling you this now. They're a traveling group, like I said, so it might take a long time to find them. You'd have to deliberately hunt them out. Probably. But in my experiences and what I've read in my own studies, here and not here, their past seems to have some form of association with that nameplate, that Black Moon. I don't know if it's a religious belief, if it's one of their members that they, pass down verbally through stories, whether it's tradition. They have connection to at least the nameplate. I'm sure finding them in the north might give you more information as to why they're connected, and how long this connection has been in place. The name itself sounded interesting, and I thought maybe I should pass it on to you before you disappear from Bryn'Shander once more.
Well, thank you for that information. Is there, any last known place that they were at all, or a place where they were last seen?
Generally speaking, they don't make their way near 10 towns very often. Usually, if that is the case, it is because there is conflict between Lonelywood or Caer Konig and the tribe. No, normally you can find them between Kelvin's Cairn and the Ragged Glacier. I realize that is a vast distance over endless frozen wasteland, but they migrate with the elk. If you can find the elk, or find a large caravan of elk traveling across the snowy countryside, you should be able to find the elk tribe within a day's march somewhere around them, usually whichever direction they're coming from.
All right, well, I'll definitely have to keep that in mind for our travels, and hopefully we run across them sometime.
I do hope so too. It would be nice to find answers to our questions, your questions. But should I hear anything myself, I will gladly communicate this as well. Your party has been beneficial for both myself, and I hope that I've been beneficial to all of you. So, and he would look at his arm as he's saying that, as Ono had just given him essentially a gift. Well, I will be, I think, heading out. There's conflict going on. Something in East Haven. I don't know what, but I've been requested by... I've been requested from Vas'Kai to go and help navigate whatever issue it might be causing. Seeing as how I apparently have some form of power of authority here, though I don't see it myself. Anyway, I'm going to be off, but I wanted to catch you before I left. So if you or your group need someone such as myself, you will probably find me somewhere between East Haven and Bryn'Shander.
Well, that sounds good, and we'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome. And he would leave from wherever you are. He would kind of just wave to the party and communicate something similar. Where he's not going to be in Bryn'Shander at least for a short while. He's been summoned over to East Haven, so Kneat will be possibly tied up with something else. But he said if you do need something, don't hesitate to reach out. As he would probably begin making his preparations to leave the town. So if anybody needed anything last minute from him or had anything they wanted to ask him, that would be a good time.
Kneat, do you want to pet our polar bears?
I do appreciate the offer, but I think I'm going to pass. My last encounters with bears have been not as great as I would like them to be, and the mechanical arm, well, there's no nerves there, so I'm not going to... No, I'm going to pass.
Alright, well, safe travels. Keep in touch.
The only thing I would ask for is a key, or at least knowledge of where a doorway to Sigil. But if you don't want to give up that information, I know because that's highly coveted, no big deal. But short of that, safe travels.
Yeah, he would, as much as I know many people would be interested in traveling to Sigil, a place where navigation is of critical importance.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I currently don't have the ability to give you that information if I wanted to. Those keys are under heavy guard, and to get access to a key would require someone to have gone rogue or you to have found someone who has one unrestricted. Our keys to and from Sigil are heavily supervised by those of us who travel with the playing guard. Does not mean that they cannot be used. Usually they're only used for missions that we have, but as you know, traveling through Sigil, everyone's on the same playing field.
Ooh, last wild request, at least in the meantime until I see you next time.
I do not have 1,000,000 gold pieces, and he would chuckle.
No, I'm not gonna ask you for gold. Not now. Not right now, at least. If you have associates, back home, who know of or are selling, spelljamming helm, we're in the market. Helm, ship and all, or just pieces. We're in the market. You think about us first.
For the helm for a spelljammer.
Yeah, just in case. You never know. Cause look, if I can't get a key or at least know where a door is, we'll do it the long way. We'll just go into space. I look over my shoulder at everybody else, they have no idea what I want, but look over my shoulder, I'm like, yeah, just in case, gnomish curiosity, chalk it up to that. But you have safe travel, all right? And I pat him on the shin.
Right. I don't have one of those. If I hear that someone has one, I will let you know.
You'd be in the cafeteria, Doug from HR could be like, oh, got a, spelljamming helm Wolf wants me to get rid of, taking up a space in a garage. You would be like, oh, we know somebody. I know somebody. And then, quick little contact convo. Don't worry about it. Just put my notes away. Like, we'll get to it another day. We'll get to it another day.
Okay. And he would like pack up like his bag, and like he would essentially like he's been given from Du Vas'Kai like one of the axe beaks that they would have in the stables to like travel to East Haven, and riding on the back of a flightless bird, you would see him take off into the I would say evening sky, but it's morning, into the dusk sky, or into the dusk path before him, eventually disappearing kind of out of sight, the axe beak being able to move rather quickly with very little holding it back. Alright, yeah, Ugg and Tugg are ready to go. Irini's like, hey, whenever you want to head out, I think we're good, but I'll wait for your call, and then we can hook them up. And Tilly, feeling a little bit stronger after eating a meal, would like undo the makeshift harness on the automaton and like kind of return it to how it was, so that way it would be like able to be attached to Tugg once again, as she would kind of come up to the party. I hope you realize I'm not going to join you on this one. You probably already assumed that, but just wanted to make sure I made that clear.
What?
Tilly would just like look at Ono again. For once it'd be good to keep your nose out of a book.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm like doing business right now. I'm so sorry. Hi, how are you? I'm so glad you're standing and upright and feeling better. I'm so sorry.
I'm perfectly okay. I'm just letting you know that I'm staying here.
That's a good idea. This is a great town. These are good people. Scramsax is like our buddy. We're down like 4 flat tires on a cart.
Right. I would like to reiterate, I'm not staying here as in I'm going to stay Bryn'Shander forever. I don't think it's beneficial for me to join you on this journey, and I don't really want to deal with possible shadow beasts and the like again from
that's
who knows
cool.
what.
That's cool. We're a lot. We're a lot. Kitty, once Kitty gets a little milk in them, nights get a little crazy. So yeah, it's respectable, understandable. Yeah, that's fair.
It won't let me have milk anymore.
You can have milk. You just gotta take your medicine before. That's all.
That's no fun.
Well, if you want to drink milk, this is a conversation at dinner. This is a dinner conversation.
You would hear Spit say, "Powder tastes bitter."
It does. Why are you taking his medicine, Spit? That's a question for later. Never mind. Tilly, totally okay. I respect your decision. Again, I'm pretty sure, I don't want to speak for the rest of the family. I'm pretty sure we're all cool with that. Sad face we won't get to hang out with the automaton. Sucks. No big deal. Whatever. Cool. Wait a second. Where's not
Yes.
Quill, because Quill died. Where's what's his butt?
Zabane.
Zabane, thank you. Is Zabane okay? Did we glaze over Zabane? I look through the. He doesn't speak, so I would have assumed he hasn't spoken up yet.
He's still in Dugan's Hole. Not Dugan's Hole. Goodmead, sorry.
Right.
So which reminds me, I should probably make mention of it since you all, I guess, were there trying to complete a quest anyway. The city has their mead back. Apparently, according to them, there's the cave that where all the mead was being taken to, and someone from town went to investigate and saw a dead ogre that was beginning to decay and had some parts missing off of it. It was a gross corpse, and then a bloodbath just outside the cave. They weren't sure if it was you or not, and they wouldn't release the coin to me, but if you find your way back to Goodmead, I guess there's money waiting for you if you can prove that that was you who took care of it. I don't know, they were weird, but Zabane's helping them get their mead back in town. He was helping with the transportation.
I hope he has a happy life. I really do like Zabane.
I mean, I hope he'll be coming back soon, but he
that too. Yeah, that too.
Communicated that he wanted to help them out a little bit. Maybe it's free mead. I don't know. He's pretty driven by. You give him a free beer and he'll do a lot of things, but he
did drink half the alchemy jug. That was impressive. I was impressed.
Before or after it was mayonnaise.
Okay, it's in the winter. Mayonnaise is good for you. It's high in calories.
I don't give a shit. I'm not drinking your mayonnaise, and that sounded gross.
You'll drink the mayonnaise and you'll like it.
That's fine.
Anyway, I'm gonna head back to the Northlook. I just wanted to make sure I said goodbye to all of you, and I'm sure by the time you get back, I'm hoping to have some ideas in place for how to improve. And she would tap the side of the lightning tank, this thing to make it a little more viable in long-term usage. It seems to have been crudely thrown together by goblins now, and it's serving its purpose. And I can tell you've made improvements, but there's more that we could make, and you know that. Oh no.
Sorry, dog was going crazy. Sorry, I literally lost focus. My dog was about to go pull my headphones off the table. I'm sorry, what happened?
Word. Oh no, she was just saying that by the time you guys get back from wherever it is you're going right now, that she would try and have some schematics in place for how to improve this thing for long-term viability.
Oh, wicked. Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. That's fine. It's better. I can study pretty much anywhere. You probably are a study at a leisurely pace kind of person, so that's fine.
Okay, you're probably right.
I'm just saying, I've read and done notes in a caravan moving along a dirt road where people are shooting arrows at us. That's normal for me. I may have said too much. Probably should go. We should probably move on. Kitty, let's go.
Okay.
Move it. Yeah.
As the party's getting ready to leave Bryn'Shander, I assume.
I guess we're I guess we're gonna go talk to one-eyed lady. Isn't with us, right?
Correct. She did not join you down here.
Okay, so we probably gotta go run back up to the Northlook. I need to grab all of my lasting effects from Black Iron Blades, and put the automatons and stuff, or whatever I've broken down from them inside of the lightning tank to work on. And yeah, settle up in the Northlook, because I don't think we can. I mean, I'm sure we got comped a night or two, but we should probably pay Scramsax, because he's been legit. He covered our asses when he didn't have to, and that at his own expense. So I don't know about anybody. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm gonna give Scramsax 100 gold.
I was gonna say, while they were mending the lightning tank, is there an area to buy potions or anything like that here?
I mean, you guys have gotten pretty familiar with the city of Bryn'Shander and what it can and can't do. I would say probably not. Potions aren't really their specialty here. I mean, you might be able to buy a potion of healing or two off of the House of the Morning Lord, because they do use them there, but everything gets imported otherwise from other locations.
Were there any extras from the attack on the Feralison Dragon from when I gave them the hover mini?
They would have been used to help help the citizens. I mean, every time you went in and out of the House of the Morning Lord, there were people who were recovering or injured from the various attacks. You can tell they've probably been used by the town to help the, however many of the 700 plus citizens that are still alive.
You said that so casual, dude. He said it so casual. Yeah, a third of the town is dead. So yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Well, when they continue their sacrifices, they'll all be dead eventually. But
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, no, we are on a kind of a time limit again. Yeah. With yeah, I guess. Did anybody else have anything else?
I'm good.
I'm trying to think of slogans we can put on the side of the lightning tank now that we have it.
Oh, I wrote that one down. I wrote we're down to blast is that one motto. I was like, after we mended it, I did with my script,
I don't know.
my quill, my astral quill, just wrote it in like neon, like blues and purples and pinks. Just
I was kind of thinking about punching it up a little bit.
What,
So
what else you got?
So I actually went onto a slogan maker, like free slogan maker or whatever, and all it does is take your prompt and like stuff it into a bunch of like already like for example, I just typed in blasting. So it literally said the best part of waking up and blasted in your cup.
Blasting in your cup. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't I don't know if I can make up a gnomish word for cup for that to make sense.
Or or blasting for the masses. Kind of got me.
I don't know about anybody else. That's kind of good.
Blasting is my passion.
I mean,
dear God,
those two are in a strong running.
There's so many terrible ones on here where it's just like it makes absolutely no sense.
Some of those are good.
Although
I think at one point you're just like you're riffing saying this around Ono, and I'm just drawing it on the side of the lightning tank. So it's like it'll say like the broken, and then like underscript but whole, and then underscript like we're down to blast, and then underscript it has like the last two, but they're like debatable votes are being cast.
I'm thinking that we just end up putting a bunch of them on there, like just like graffiti.
Yeah. It's all like neon, like sparkle and glitter. Like my quill emits the concentrated like color scheme of Lisa Frank. So like it's I'm writing that on the side of the tank. So it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a blast in it is.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I think Aethos would love that one. I'll add that one to the mix. Yeah.
Yeah. We should talk to the guards and see if we can take one of their ballistas as payment for helping save their city.
I'm in.
I love that idea. Sure. You know what, Aethos? You have hit 6 great ideas all morning. I love that idea. Let's wait, hold on, wait. No, we can't ask the sheriff. The sheriff is you just stand right there, Sheriff. It's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, you can ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's he gonna say? No.
No, I know, but we can't use the sheriff. We can't use the sheriff. Who's
Can't
like?
You like?
Oh no!
Can't you like
I know.
minor illusion him to make it like?
No.
Make it look like it's just him again.
No. I got a good idea.
She's dead.
I got a good idea. This is gonna be good. Can I try to track down the guards who were close with me? Specifically, the guard I shoved the endless decanter in his hand. I want to find those guards, and I want to be like, I want to find them, and that's the conversation we're gonna start with them. Those are the people we're gonna do it.
Okay, I want you to make an investigation check.
I would love to.
Could I help him?
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Okay, I will take that advantage. Oh, it was almost a 20. I'll take that 14 with a 21.
So it takes a little bit of time because the town guard, they're scattered across this giant city. Right. But after talking to a couple people at the council hall, you're able to find that they're positioned over on the north gate. So like you'd be able to like do this as you you go and you pay scram sacks for being a good guy and blah blah blah. You would be able to find the town guards that you had helped that day, or that had helped you that day with the decanter and stopping town hall from burning to the ground. And they would be like just stationed like up on the wall on the north end, and you're able to make your way up on top there. The wall itself not being fully restricted from like citizens or anything like that, just they keep kids and stuff off, and you're able to get up on the top. And I would say between the pillar by the north look and the pillar the next pillar over on the left hand side, you'd be able to find them. So a decently short walk from the north look itself. Oh hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in, he's like counts on his fingers, like 2 days now.
2 days.
Is everything all right with your group? Everything good in town?
Yes, hail, and we are hearty and well met. No, this is more of a business call. First of all, I'd like to just extend my family's deepest thanks to you and yours. It is our pleasure to help Bryn'Shander, because we really love this place. I mean, the North Look, Scram Sacks, awesome guy. Black Iron Blades, literally my office. Love going there. Anywho, House of Morning Lord, not a very religious guy. I point at Aethros, and I'm like, you know what? We're on level with them. Not a really awkward question. More of a can we talk business about? I know you're not in charge. This probably isn't your purview, but you're probably the guy to talk about because I feel like we got this vibe. Can we get a ballista?
There's a long pause. I'm sorry. Are you saying you want a ballista from the wall here? And he like taps the one that he's like probably the nearest to, or are you saying you want us to assemble and get you one from whether it's stocks in town or acquire the supplies to build you one? Be more specific, please.
I look at Aethros and I go,
yes.
Yes? Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
We want a ballista.
Okay, how about this? We want a ballista, and since you sound like you know that there is available ingredients to create a new one, we're in a bit of a time crunch. How about we get a ballista that's up and operational right now, and we supplement the time difference for you guys to build a new one while we leave, because we gotta go. We're in a bit of a time crunch, and we just throw some extra coin down so that way, like, a couple man hours are not lost in vain.
So you want us to take one of the ballistas that we have that are still functional from our wall and give it to you?
I mean, if you have a non-functioning one that I can fix, that's like, I could repair, I'll take that. And then it's like, that's the weekend for me. I can knock that out. No problem.
Didn't they have a couple they relocated to like the center of town? Where
they did, and I feel like one did get kind of like messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we could just take that one off your guys' hands, and then that way you guys can build a fresh one, and I can repair this one. Cody, look, I'm just saying, this. Like, you are the man. You held the decanter. You and I had, like, this little moment of, like, we got this kind of bro moment, And then, like, craziness happened. That little girl cried. And then, like, Theo came out of nowhere and was like, we can't do this, man. And then you were like, no, we got this. Like, I was there, okay? Aethros understands that passion, okay? And so we can just get, like, even a half-working one. We could just knock that out, and we'll just, put it on our rig, and I'll fix it along the way. It's fine. And then, like, I don't know, Aethros, what do we probably would float them like what? Like 200 gold? Does that be fine?
something. Maybe I don't know.
That might be good, right?
We also did save the 30.
We did do some things, you know, and two. I mean,
should come up for something.
You know,
maybe look the other way.
You know, yeah.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Now, okay.
Aether's inner Ebern is negotiating right now.
I use guidance.
Yeah, hold on. What's your persuasion? Because mine is 1.
Persuasion. Oh, mine's 4.
Can I give you guidance?
Yeah.
Okay. So right. Aethros, I'm gonna give you guidance. Holy tits.
I tell you what. There was one of them that was damaged during the attack.
Yes.
It'll take us a little time to get that ready to go. It's unfortunately with the move to the council hall versus Bryn'Shander's town hall. While they're making the repairs, it's kind of buried right now. It'll take a significant amount of time for us to get it out, but I'll just... What the city doesn't know doesn't always hurt it.
And
exactly.
You're clearing rubble, and when you clear that rubble, you could just put it on top of the lightning tank. It's got several nomenclatures on the side of it. You can't miss it. Got a huge lightning bolt and then a dragon roaring on the side. You can't miss it. Anywho, Cody, you're the best. Appreciate you. Again, your service to this town, invaluable.
I'm aware.
And I just, I turn to Aethros, and I'm like, I do that weird emoji grin where it's like, we probably should stop saying stuff and walk away.
Let's go.
And just gently walk away.
Okay.
I'll fix a ballista.
So if you were going to wait in town, it'd be about a 2-hour wait before you'd actually get it from.
Oh my god, no, that's fine.
The people, okay. Okay. After about 2 hours, there would be 2 town guards, one of which would be Cody, the other one would be just another member of the guard themselves who he's gotten to go along with this situation here. And they would bring you the, mostly intact, the ballista in state of disrepair. That they wouldn't so much do all the mounting themselves. They would bring it to you and be like, we can't be seen putting this together. It would create a lot of paperwork issues that I really don't want to deal with.
No. Get a tarp on that sucker. We'll take it from here. You're good. This is fine. This is beneficial for all of you guys, because then you guys get a fresh one, and then you guys get rid of the trash, right? It's fine. It's in the name, The Broken. This is the perfect opportunity. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And he would, the two of them would quickly make their way, away from the south end of town here, so that way they, aren't seen by somebody else, or if they are, they just scurry away so they're not causing problems.
Aethros, I know I say this with a grin in the corner of my cheek. You have had literally ace ideas all day today. Mm-hmm. It's probably the best one you've had all day.
Oh yeah, this one's great. I love it.
This is great. This is awesome. This is gonna be awesome.
We have so much fun.
Can you imagine Kitty just straight up letting one loose, and they're just oh man, that would be wild.
We should go to Black Iron Blades and stock up on ballistas, or
the bolts.
Arrows,
we can probably grab the supplies to that. I could probably throw some of that stuff together.
Yeah. We need someone to shoot, right?
Well, I mean, I feel like everybody should learn how to shoot anyways. I mean, I feel like Arini would be the one to pick it up easiest. She just seems like a natural.
Uh-huh.
Well, that and Ebron does work with a bow, but then Miris does work with a crossbow. So I feel like the top 3 would be them. It would be we should probably have a shooting competition.
Ooh, no, it's gonna be Spit. He's gonna surprise you.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, he's gotten really good. His target practice is he's 9 out of 10. Okay, we're gonna, as soon as I get this thing fixed, we're setting up a family like target practice tournament. Putting it in the book. Okay, all right. Yeah, we are doing the weirdest stuff today. We should link up with the one-eyed Vaseline lady, and we're gonna run out of town through Black Iron Blades, throw like, I don't know, whatever was appropriate, probably like 75 or 100, I'd probably like 50 or 60 gold, something like that, for just the supplies to make bolts, and then get out of Dodge.
Okay.
Unless anybody has anything else.
I would say, because I know you guys mentioned going to the Northlook, both for the sake of Scramsacks. Valine would also be there, I guess, to save on time for the sheer purposes of today. You don't have to worry about, like, vocalizing the things for Black Iron Blades.
Fair.
They would give you supplies to make bolts for ballistas. They would probably give you enough stuff to make about 50 bolts.
That's what's up.
And it would be a negligible cost. It'd be like a total of like 10 gold pieces. It's really just extra things they have laying around more than anything else at Black Iron, and it's at a discount.
Okay.
I guess for meeting up with Valine, the party would be anybody who wanted to be there could be there for the Northlook. I guess, is there anything in particular that you were hoping for in regards to the conversation with her? We can vocalize that. That's fine. She would be just sitting at at one of the tables. You would see one of her attendants that she seems to have, the little zombie kobold, seem to be like, because she's old, like rubbing one of her hands to like alleviate stiffness. As you would walk in, she would like send them scurrying off.
Now, see, this is a positive use for necromancy, Athros, right here. Like, you know, in the sense of like, they're doing a community service, and like,
yeah,
you know, well,
the sheriff's gonna be helping people still.
I believe you. I just, maybe not the sheriff off the tip, but I commend you for being bold. 100%. I think
he had armor on. He had swords.
No, it's a great choice.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad choice. I think he made a great choice. I mean,
yeah,
he was
exactly.
already.
So why were you saying it was a bad choice earlier?
I didn't say it was a bad choice. It was an interesting choice. It was a creative choice that I did not expect out of. You know what? We can talk about this in the lightning tank. Yeah. This is fine. Valine. I turned it real quick. It's like, we're gonna only do the name thing when she's not in the room.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Valine, hi, pleasure. If you're ready, our ride is 100% ready to rock and roll, minus the artillery cannon on the roof. I'm gonna fix that on the road. That wasn't necessary. Are you ready to go?
As ready as I can be, I suppose.
Are you gonna bring the kobolds with you? Or are they just kind of like whatever you find along the road?
I'll find a place to keep them for the time being. That they're out of the line of sight of many of our citizens here.
Okay, all right, that's fair. You know,
someone needs to keep eye on the merchandise. Who better than them?
That's fair. Okay, cool. That's ominous. Gonna let that one fly. Okay, yeah. Okay. It's we have a fun mobile home. Okay. It's cozy, and there's a lot of us. Please don't touch the bears unless proffered to. Arini and Ibrin are our resident animal handlers, so please touch base with them first if need be. If Ugg and or Tugg are eating any of your deceased assistants, we'll probably have to just figure that out on the road. And dinner's at 6. Come on, let's go.
All right then. And she would get up out of her chair, grab just a traveling bag that she'd keep on her person. Her like I said, her attendant that she did have scurried out of the room when you guys got here, so they would just disappear away. You would just she was just like audibly, like, it seems almost out of place. She would just audibly clap like 3 times, and just give a an informal nod in the direction that what you would assume to be like her items and like her attendants are in, and she would begin traveling with the party as you'd be able to make your way back to the lightning tank. This time, I think formally ready to go.
I think so. Miras, Ebrin, Big Tune, Aethros. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got a pee?
Nope.
Okay. No.
Okay. As the party, finalizes getting everything ready to go. Ebrin, between you and Spit, who's gonna drive?
I'll drive.
Okay. Make your advantageous animal handling check.
That's 20. Let's go. Come on. 18's pretty damn good.
All right. And with no issue, feeling like it's been a while, but also that you feel right at home, you're able to get the beasts of burden, Ugg and Tugg, ready to go. You usher them to get moving forward, and the party, for the first time in a very long time, is able to set off outside of Bryn'Shander, traveling within the lightning tank, having been separated for a couple weeks now. The party would be traveling down the 10 trail, making their way south, heading towards the river known as the Red Run for multiple purposes, trying to get a hammer to separate spirits, as well as try and save Matra's sister Zienna from possibly being taken from Headrune. And as the party sets off outside of Bryn'Shander and finally begins this journey to complete this quest after taking a couple days of relaxation, I think that's where we're going to end it for today.
Heckin' yeah.
That's ended up being a perfect ending spot.
Right?
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah,
like
worked out
driving
really
off into the sunset.
Yeah. Except this morning, so it'd be like the sun's at your back, but creating that silhouette of
We'll have
sunrise.
lunch
Right.
on the road. Yeah, we'll have lunch on the road. It'll be great. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine. With a full caravan this time, you got a lot of people. You got, what, 9 of you traveling together right now? Including Valine?
Crazy.
And
Oh yeah,
and,
plus
like,
the sheriff, plus
yeah.
Skellyman sheriff, so 10
and
of you.
a half automaton in the cabin area too.
Yeah, that you're like doing the finishing touches on and stuff.
It's so we're packed in there. We're a little packed, but at least it'll be warm. It'll be warm. It'll be cozy.
You're right. It'll be good.